The Gartside Gurgler was invented by the late Jack Gartside. This fly will not only catch almost any saltwater fish known to anglers, but freshwater fish have a hard time resisting it as well. There are many adaptations to the original pattern and almost limitless variations. Use your imagination to come up with a pattern that will work best for your home waters. We get started with a Daiichi 2546 saltwater hook and a size 4. Of course, I always pinch the barb before laying down a base of 140 ultra thread. Very sparse amount of bucktail is used in the original pattern, so grab a small clump and thin out those short stragglers before taking it to your hook for measurement. Marabou or craft fur fibers can be used for this step as well. If you're going to use bucktail, make it about twice the length of the hook shank. Trim your butt ends to length and secure the bucktail to the top of the hook shank, just above and a bit in front of the hook point. Keep the fibers on top of the hook if you can without splaying out the bucktail. A bit of holographic angel flash is added by folding 4 strands around the bobbin and zip lining the clump to the top of the hook. Add a wrap or two to secure the flash to the hook shank before laying it back and covering it with thread wraps. Trim your flash to be equal length with the tail. Next, we'll add a second color of bucktail in the same fashion as before. Trim a small clump, thin out the short stuff, and trim it to length before tying it in on the top of the group. This Larva Lace closed cell foam sheet is about 1/8 of an inch thick. Comes in a variety of colors. Trim a 4 to 5 inch strip of foam to be the same width as the gape of the hook. Since we'll be adding additional materials to the body, trim one end of the foam to be a tapered V shape to reduce bulk and make wrapping it on the hook a bit easier. Grab a dab of super glue at the end of your bodkin and add the sticky stuff to the front side of your hook. Keep it away from the bucktail though. Lay the piece of foam on top of the hook and make securing wraps up and down the hook shank to ensure the foam is packed down tightly. As you bring your thread to the back of the hook, fold the remaining foam over the top to make sure you've gone back far enough. You want that butt end of foam to cover any exposed thread wraps underneath. Then we can tie in the main body materials. This will consist of hackle feathers and some flash. First on, last off, so we'll start by tying in the hackle feather. Grab a long white or grizzly hackle feather from the cape and pull off the fuzzy bottom feathers. Preen the rest of the fibers back from the tip like you would a soft hackle. Tie the tip portion of the feather in at the back side of the hook. Estaz, Firestar dubbing, or angel hair all make great gurgler bodies. I'm using Estaz for this one. Trim a 4 to 5 inch piece from the pack and tie it down over the hackle feather. And bring your thread to the front of the hook. Use successive wraps to palmer your Estaz up to the front of the hook, leaving a little space behind the eye to tie down your foam. Then, using alternating wraps, bring your hackle forward, stroking the fibers back with each successive turn. Secure it at your tie-in point and trim any excess. Next, fold your foam to the front and pull it tight to make a snug fit on the back of the fly. Secure it with 3 to 4 really solid turns of thread before folding the front of the foam piece up and adding a few more thread wraps under it. Use a straight cut to trim your piece of foam so that about a 1/4 inch lip remains. Grab a scrap piece of foam the same length as the lip and secure it to the top of the fly with some strong thread wraps. This will be used as a brace for the lip. Whip finish and trim your thread. With your bodkin, add a small dab of superglue in between the front pieces of foam and push the lip up and back to create a solid bond with the brace. You'll notice how the brace props up the foam lip even more. This will give it some great gurgling action on the water. Repeat the step with the back part of the brace to help create a more stable and solid fly. Then, use your scissors to round off the front lip to help reduce casting resistance and prevent the fly from flipping and spinning while in the air. All variations of the Gartside Gurgler are a testament to the original. Tie up some today and give those fish a reason to look up during your next adventure. call your local fly shop and make sure they have all the Larva Lace products you need to tie up some gurglers. Go to hagensfish.com or email Lori to become a distributor of the best fly tying supplies on the market. Larva Lace is a proud partner of fishstories.org. Record your fishing stories for free and keep them forever. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get alerts about all our future videos. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Tight lines and best fishes.